Hello, my name is Stefan Klein. I'm with CI Hub and I'm leading the team in developing the CI Hub product, which I'm going to demo for you today. The target group is actually pretty broad because CI Hub Drive, the product I'm going to show today, is actually DAM on desktop. So we are actually mounting your DAM on the desktop as a Google Drive volume or Dropbox volume. So the audience is pretty broad. Essentially, we are widening the use cases of the DAM and making it available for users that are not typically in the designers or graphic arts business, but could actually be general users for any types of purpose. So it's very broad range of use cases. A typical use case would be it could also be like any kinds of graphic agencies that need access to all their graphic content via the Finder or Explorer on Windows. So it's a Mac and Windows application. And essentially navigating folder is sometimes much more convenient for many people because that's really the tool they are used to using. As you know, like CI Hub also has plugins, in-app plugins that actually allows navigation within native application, but for a lot of use cases, a lot of users, they actually love to use the Finder and Explorer. So this is really what we're focusing on. So people that are really familiar with using the typical desktop tools. Well, I mean, we're solving the common problems of anybody accessing the content in a DAM. So searching files very quick. So finding the relevant content quick, and also benefit from using the DAM. So essentially allowing to synchronize metadata and filters and facets. So that's actually allowing users to narrow down their searches very quickly and remaining on the desktop. So this is really the key advantage of the product. They don't have to leave their usual Finder or Explorer and can still access all the content available in the DAM. Okay, so CI Drive is a menu bar application that lives in your desktop in the menu bar, so it's always accessible. And as you can see here, I can look at the status of my application and all the mounted volume. I have this little pin icon here that allows me to make the window, pin the window on my desktop and let it actually be a regular application window. As you can see here, I've got, this is a CI Hub panel, so it essentially shows me all my mounted DAM systems. And if I click on any of them on this volume icon, it actually opens the Finder window that shows the content in this volume. And as you can see, each of my mounted volume in the application is also represented in the Finder in the menu bar of the Finder, so I can actually navigate into any of those connected systems. For the purpose of this demo, we are going to look at Media Valley DAM, but it could be essentially any DAM. And as you can see, I'm able to navigate the content of my DAM pretty easily. And as I'm basically browsing through the different folder, it's then basically allowing me to look at the thumbnail of my content, my assets in the DAM. And those thumbnails are not the Mac thumbnails, they are actually brought directly from the DAM. And that's why you can actually notice that they are dynamically refreshing. It's because it's a live connection into the DAM, meaning that all this content is actually downloaded directly from my cloud repository. And you'll also notice those little green dots here that are representative of the status of the asset. So we can have like an approved item or different kinds of statuses in my for my assets that are connected to the system. I also have the ability to synchronize tags. So as you can see here, we have tags, which we can actually also see if I do a command I on a specific asset, and it's basically now showing me the specific tags for this asset. So once when I actually look at any asset in my DAM, I've got the ability to trigger certain functions. So if I right click on an asset, so maybe I'll switch to the thumbnail view again. So if I right click on an asset, you will notice that there are specific functions that have been enabled by the CI Drive application, like open in browser, versions, which is going to show me all the version of my application, the renditions. I can create a global link for an asset, and I've got some InDesign specific functions as well. So we're going to try the open in browser. So what this is going to do is going to basically call the specific view of this asset in my DAM. So now I've basically switched from desktop to DAM, and I'm actually able to now navigate the content in the DAM, as you are all probably very famous, accustomed to. And we actually have the reverse function as well, because via the use of a browser plugin, which you see right there. So if I right click on an asset, I've got a little browser plugin which is available on Chrome and Safari and Explorer as well, which allows me to then do the reverse, which means that I can actually notify my local application to open this asset straight from the DAM window. And what you will notice now is that the image has been actually downloaded and is now basically opened in my default retouching application. I can make any kinds of retouching and save, and this what I've just done is going to be synchronized in the DAM. And you can actually see that with the little activity tab here, which shows me. So here I've got an activity view, which shows me that I've downloaded an asset, and now it's currently actually re-uploading the new version of this asset. So it's actually been uploaded. And if I now take a look at my asset in the DAM, so if I look at the detailed view, or actually if I call it directly from, let's do it like, okay, so actually let's start. So from Photoshop, I can actually do the reveal in Finder, so I can actually see where my asset lives in my file system. And I can do now again the open in browser, and this is going to show me this asset with my retouched my edits essentially. And if you look at the versioning, you can see that it's a non-destructive update, which means that we haven't actually overwritten the asset. We just have actually created a new version with my modification. And this is also accessible via the direct action in the Finder, which allows me to call the versions view, which actually shows me the previous version of my asset. So you've got the first version and the current. So one more thing I'd like to show you now is the filtering capabilities, which are really powerful with CI Drive. So I'm going to show you here, instead of I'm going to switch to a Frontify DAM, which is one of our partners as well for the Drive application. And so in this example, so I'm again navigating into the Frontify folder category structures, and you will notice here this what we call the Smile folder. It's an acronym for Smart Integrated Linking Environments. And those functions essentially are, so this folder gives me access to additional functions, because as you all know, a DAM is not only a file system, you also have searches, you also have all those additional filterings and facets and taxonomies. And essentially the Smile folder structure is our way to represent taxonomies inside the Finder. So as you can see here, I've done a search on this term like packaging, but I'm actually going to, actually let's just use this folder. So this is essentially a search folder which shows me all the assets that match the term packaging. So if I switch to the thumbnail view, you will see a little better that all those images are related to packaging topics. But if I right click, I also have the ability to open up this filters and facet window. So this window is a little companion window of my Finder. The window belongs to the CI Drive application, and it actually gives me access to filters that are coming straight from the DAM. So for example, if I'm interested in, as a material, let's say I'm interested in glass. So now this is going to trigger a search inside the DAM, and as you can see, the Finder now automatically reacts and shows me only the assets that are matching my filtered search, which essentially now shows me every item which is in glass. And now I can even narrow down the search further with, let's say I'm interested in green glass bottles or anything green and glass. And here it basically shows me everything that matches this search. So this is actually a very powerful integration of facet and filtering straight within the Finder. So today we showed you the amazing functionality of CI Drive, so the ability to actually mount a DAM volume straight on your desktop and accessing it as if it were just a simple Google Drive or Dropbox feature. And we still maintain the amazing capability of your DAM, essentially bringing the ability to search, to do your searches straight from the Finder, as well as the taxonomy, the filtering, and all the capabilities that are unique to DAM systems, as well as also all the metadata and important information about assets. I think the great advantage of the solution is to be available to anybody. So we really widen the use case of the DAM, because we make it accessible to anybody that essentially is familiar with browsing content on the Finder, which is pretty much any kinds of user. So it's really like making the DAM available to a wider range of users than the graphic arts people only. If you want to know more, just go online. You can connect to ci-hub.com, and you can actually download the CI Drive application, and you can register for a 1 month free trial of the application. So it's very easy to install, very easy to test and try and get an opinion for yourself.